So the surrendering to the self is what creates these miracles. So then you will realize in your life, also again in a very gradual way, you will start to see little miracles, strange things happen, strange synchronicities, and by connecting to the vision is the core, the collective vision that these selves are part of, because at that level you get the collective self. So then what we call the earth is the collective self. And then, and that vision is what is where the miracles occur within the context of that vision, which is like the new reality that the self inhabits. For instance, in the Bible, that's referred to as the cloud. That Jesus would return on a cloud and rapture. The people will be raptured up into the cloud. Well, that vision is like you could call it a quantum cloud if you wish, but it's in that vision, and we are entering that vision now already. You see, and that vision takes us to this upgraded energy. So like the atom at a higher octave, where there's no, what we have now is like energy at the lower octave, at the very dense, in a dense form, or at a very low frequency. So the whole thing is poised to help so that we would experience a frequency upgrade.
I think the whole internet is mimicking this. Even Steve Jobs come up with the iCloud, meaning all your data, all your emails, your music, your pictures, you put them up in the cloud.
Exactly.
And any device you want to use, you can download it in that device. But everything is stored in the cloud.
Because it's all projections of the self. It's a projection of the self. And unconsciously, like if you see a car is a projection of the self. The people that created the car were actually projecting the self, because we know in the dreams that driving a car means that you're driving your own life, and it's a very powerful symbol. But also the house, the architects that were envisioning, that the people that invented the houses and the cars and everything itself. And yes, the internet is a kind of a projection of the collective unconscious.
But on a collective way.
Yeah.
In a collective way.
Yes.
Everybody on this earth is doing this.
Yes.
This now.
And we need to realize what the projection is, and thus then realize the true vision. This is just what the technology is a beautiful instrument, but it's just a projection of what the true technology is.
Right.
And then we need to take that back, because we have the capability. We are wired to be able to communicate with each other as the internet does.
Without your computer.
Without the computer, and we do that. We're doing that right now, because when in the work that I'm doing with collective dreams, and that is that every night a core of us connect in dreams, and at a level that is you could not imagine, at the quantum level, at the telepathic level, which is way beyond the internet.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so in a very real way, we are creating a physical world, because when we go to the higher frequency, then we change space-time. So when we are at the lower frequency, the space-time that is around us is also our creation.
Right.
You see, so what is around us is a mirror image of us.
Right.
It fits. When I am operating at the level of the self with a deeper, with a capital S, then the space-time around me is going to operate at that level. So if I'm at the lower self, then the space-time around me lowers. So then you get a denser reality around me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Jung found this. Jung realized that space and time is actually the self. You see, so when the what I call touching the shadow, when when the conscious and the unconscious connect, we change the nature of the self. And that's why people can communicate. That's why quantum communication is possible between people. And we're trying to project that into technology. You see, you wouldn't just.
I think, yeah, you could say something for it because, like, if we could see it in gadgets, it becomes an idea in your head. And maybe the next step would be in what you say is just realizing that you are,
Yes,
it's you what you are seeing.
exactly. And I think in some way we are reminding ourselves of who we are. It's like the placebo effect. We are creating the effects that the medicine is so-called creating in us. We know that. We know that a very high amount of doctors are actually giving people, their patients, sugar pills instead of meds. But deceptively, because this, if you were to use this to the true upbuilding, upgrading of the human capability, then you would say that I would teach you that you are creating the effects that the medicine is creating, so you don't need the medicine.
Yeah.
Now, they're not saying that, so the people keep addicted to the sugar pill now, thinking it's a.
To the pill, any
But-
pill.
Right, but the point is that, yes, the pill is to remind us that we can do it.
Right.
So it's not like a war on the pills,
No.
but it's
It's symbolical.
yes, we need to exactly realize that this is like, we know that if you drink water tasting like beer in a very party-ish ambiance, people get drunk.
And it's just water.
It's water. And there's this guy, an Indian guru, that was on the BBC, that they shot heroin into him and he didn't get high. So we know that. So this is the thing. Then the next step is to really start to develop these abilities in the human being, which we know they're there. We actually have the curriculum to do it too. And to realize that we have been actually projecting, the biggest projection is God. We are the stuff that we are projecting God as being. And when we all get together at the level of the collective unconscious, we are going to create a new space and time, a new template. And that's the so not God individually, but God as a collective, as this collective mind,
The cloud, the vision.
the cloud, and the vision. And this is and we need to not let, finally, others create false realities for us by controlling the thoughts that we have in our mind, because we know that we are creating it all. But
We don't know that.
the only way the way the process can be hijacked is that people would put thoughts in your mind,
Right.
that they of realities that they want to create, and then you end up creating the reality that they want.
You help creating it.
Yeah. So whatever you're looking at out there, the constant challenge is to not let the surrounding, and it doesn't mean necessarily only the media or some little group which would purportedly be controlling things. It means anybody in your surrounding, any story, any news, piece of news. These are the thoughts that could hijack your vision of what you need to create. And we know that if you can keep strong with your vision, to uphold your vision, trust in it and believe it as a collective, that nothing could enter that reality, that cloud. And that's the constant challenge to guard, to kindle that process, to keep in charge. What you're seeing is what you're creating. If you're seeing that people are going to be controlling you, that's what you're creating. So you need to actively project your vision of what you want to create, and your thoughts will be hijacked.
Yeah, you gotta first unclutter your mind.
Yes, and you need to know that whatever you're looking at out there is what you're going to be creating. So you need to consciously change the channel of what you're looking at.
You gotta find out what is in your
Yes,
mind.
you need to, and then you need to first believe. You need to first have your vision, and then you need to project that, because you see what you believe, and in this way, we take back control of our reality. But the same mechanism lends itself to be hijacked and to create other realities that are not ours. And that vision is not something that you or I would. This is a little bit of the caricature that you find in the law of attraction or the secret. It's not. It's something that the self, which is much much deeper than the conscious, and what the cells share. It's a collective vision. You see, and that vision has the power to realize itself and to change the very nature of reality.